Hello and welcome to the training video for the Municipal Performance Demo website. I'm going to take you through a bunch of the different graphs and charts and functions and features of the website to try to give you a better understanding of the capabilities that the website offers. The first item is reporting. The Municipal Performance System lets you configure your own reports through the website. So you can actually design your own website, your own reports from the ground up. As you see here, there's a bunch of different components that make up a report. And as you go through adding each component, you select which data source you want to get your data from, what graph type you want to display it as, and a bunch of other different settings that are unique to each of the different component types. You also set a color scheme for the report. So here's a component which is a graph from indicators. So basically we've selected 5 different indicators from the network services summary section. At the top, some other settings. You can see that we're outputting it as a graph, as a pie chart, and we're showing as the data label the value. The legend will be on the right, and we're aggregating at municipal level, displaying at district level. What those last 2 settings mean is that the report will show one pie chart for each municipality in the selected district. Once you've set up your report, you come across to the report generation page. You select the report you want to generate and which municipality you want to generate it for, you specify which year you want to use the data from, and you can select either to generate it as a PDF report or a Word document. Once you've clicked the Generate Report button, PDF or a Word document will be downloaded, and you'll see the data that you have selected, that you have configured in the report. Here's an example of a report we've recently done. Another section from that report showing stacked bar graphs, 100% stacked bar graphs, tables of data that accompany the bar charts, and some text at the top and the bottom and in between that lists the table numbers and the source of the data. You can also embed maps. In this case, we're showing provinces in the Western Cape. And at the top of the page, some more text and some demo text in a table, just so you can create and format your own tables in the report editor. There's another image of the pie charts. Moving along, we get to, I'm just going to go through a bunch of different graphs that are available on the Municipal Performance website. Here's a stacked bar graph comparing municipalities. You can see that each municipality sums up to 100%. Here's another chart showing analysis by an indicator. So each municipality is again on the bottom, and you can see for one particular indicator what the scores were for each municipality. In this case, the financial scores in the D-bar context category. Comparing 2 indicators side by side for each municipality. So the green bar represents one indicator and the blue bar represents another. So you can compare 2 indicators that are related and see if municipalities are performing similarly. This is showing the performances of municipalities within the districts. So you can see the Eden district municipality, which is the 4th from the left, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 municipalities, and you can see what each of their scores were, so you can quickly see which municipalities are underperforming compared to their peers within the district municipality. This graph is looking at the results for an indicator through the municipal hierarchy. So the selected municipality is Cape Agulhas, and Cape Agulhas has scored 43.83% for this indicator. Cape Agulhas is a subcategory B3 municipality. So you can see the average for subcategory B3s is 61.21. You can compare Cape Agulhas to each of those different categories or hierarchies in the municipal geography. The chart now showing on the screen lets you select any number up to 6 different indicators and stack them one on top of each other for the various municipalities. The next graph is a bubble graph. You can specify an indicator for the x-axis, an indicator for the y-axis, and an indicator for the bubble size. The next screenshot is one of a multi-criteria analysis. The multi-criteria analysis, or the MCA, lets you define groups of indicators and specify weightings for each indicator within that group, and a weighting for each of the groups in addition to the indicator weights. The MCA will then calculate a score for each municipality based on those weightings that you have provided. Once it has generated a score for each municipality, you can represent that data in a graph or in a table, and we find this tool quite useful for categorizing municipalities into different levels of performance. You can take the results of that MCA and you can represent it on a map. Here we are looking at the municipalities in the Western Cape for that multi-criteria analysis. So the better performing municipalities would be colored green, and as municipalities fare worse and worse, the color changes to a darker and darker red. The results of the MCA have also been graphed on the screenshot you see in front of you now. They have been ordered from the lowest performing municipality to the highest performing. So the lowest performing would have been Saldanha Bay, and the highest performing is Knysna. The system also stores multi-dimensional data or cross-tabulated data, which is data that's very conducive to pivot table analysis. So the system also has a web-based pivot table tool. This is the pivot table tool you see now. In the dark blue boxes, you'll see the different fields that you can drag and drop onto the X or Y axis. You can also click the little arrows on the right of each box to drop down a list of the unique values and filter out municipalities or housing statuses or districts and get the selection that you want to see in the results. There's also a bunch of different options on the left-hand side that you can specify. So at the moment we're looking at a heat map. A heat map shows the data in a table, and the cells with the higher values get colored with a darker shade of red. Here's a pivot table showing age by housing status within districts. So on the very left-hand side you can see Cape Winelands district municipality, and then within Cape Winelands municipality we have 5 different age categories: 18 to 30, 31 to 40, 41 to 50, and so on. And then each of those figures is broken down by the various columns for the housing status. We have the informal backyard shacks, informal dwellings, adequate, overcrowding, and the total figures. On the left-hand side, you'll also see we are showing the data as a sum, as a fraction of the rows. So the 18 to 30 figures for Cape Winelands district municipality, you're not seeing the actual number of households, you're seeing the percentage of the total number of households in that 18 to 30 category within the Cape Winelands district municipality. The pivot table also lets you represent the data in a series of different charts and graphs. So you can have a line chart or a bar chart or an area chart or a stacked bar graph. Here are a couple of options showing the data represented as a couple of those output types. Lastly, we have the data import and export functionality. The import and export functionality have been designed to be as simple as possible. If you're uploading multi-dimensional data, which we've termed cube data, you first have to select the cube and the year, and then select the file from your computer. The file should be in a CSV format. The import will upload that file, extract the data, and then let you go through one column at a time, specifying which indicators each of the columns, the data in each of the columns matches to. Secondly, we upload non-cube data, so this is just normal key performance information values. In a very similar manner, the system lets you select a file with your computer. Again, it needs to be a CSV file, and upload the data into the database. It steps you through one step at a time, but it's a very straightforward process. Exporting data is also quite straightforward. Here we see a screenshot where the user has selected 3 different indicators. Click the download button once you're happy with your configuration, and the data will come down in a Microsoft Excel format. Similarly, you can export data from a cube, specify which cube you want and which year you want the data for, and there's an option for layout which lets you specify if you want it in a format that's suitable for pivot table analysis in Microsoft Excel, or in a format that's more friendly on the eye, that's easier to read, which is also the matching format for importing data into the Municipal Performance System. That brings us to the end of this introductory video, but there is more information available in the user manual. So if you would like to get more assistance with how to use the website, please have a look at the user manual, which is downloadable off the home page. There will soon be a series of videos giving more information on each of the different components we've had a look at in this introductory video. So keep your eye out. We will be uploading those in the coming